Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video we are taking a look at Nvidia stock options analysis. And guys, right off the chart you can see how big of the sentiment on the calls side is from the bulls. You can see on Nvidia going in this week, we have huge spikes in the calls area, out of the money calls, and anything above pretty much 125 is where the spike starts. So in this video, we'll take a look at, from the lens of technicals with the confluence, what type of options are worth trading, and also provide my opinion as of what type of range that Nvidia could give us this particular week, right? Now, if you want to know some more technical in-depth analysis, I'll still provide a bit of analysis here on the technicals, but please check this video out on my channel already, Nvidia massive upside or crash. Here I'm already going over the technicals and explaining what type of price action moves may come going into this week. So in this particular video, I'll give a very high level glance only into that, but in-depth analysis on the technicals is right over here in this video. And this video, I'll be focusing just on mostly the options. So very quick, before that also want to let you know, none of this is any financial advice and it's only for education purposes. All right. So Nvidia broke the structure at 122 and 49 cents, right? But thereafter it's been finding some support at 118 and technically still holding at that one more important significant level. Now the thing is that yes, the crash can happen big from here, continue to go in the downtrend if you lose $118. However, also, so there are two levels to watch this week, or at least the start of this week, right? And that those levels will define the move. And or if we can get above this 120, that's where some upside is possible. But until 122 and so forth, we still have overhanging lot of resistance. And now this is what makes it interesting for the options. Why does it make it interesting for the options? Because technically structure on Nvidia is to the downside, even though we are seeing some stabilization in the price action just above 118. But price action is not fully bullish, but we are seeing a lot of calls and less of puts, a lot of interest on the calls. Anything above $125 is where things are really piling up. 126 huge spike there, 130, 135, and then 140 also huge spike. So, but it looks like most interest is sitting at 126, 125 onwards, right? So let's go with that first. Let me mark that on my chart here. 125, right? And then 126 is right around up there, right? So just if 125 is happening, most likely 126 is also going to happen. And then 130, let's mark that as well. And 130, and then the 135 also, and then we have 140. So these are the levels we are talking about where the good call interest is, right? And then let's also mark some of the puts, right? Like 115 and 110, all at the difference of 5, right? So let's mark those as well. 115 is down over here almost, 110, right? And what's the next one? 105 and 100 as well, right? So 105, oops, and 100. So I want to talk first the downside. All right, let's start off there today first. Why so? Well, because yes, even though a lot of calls are piling up, but we really don't have that, strong confirmation on the price action. So, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's focus on the puts. Okay, so big move to the downside is once we start to lose 118, close with the break of the level somewhere down there. And as soon as we lose 118, 115 puts are possible, and also 110. Anything above 106, in my opinion, can come into fruition on the put side as we lose $118. All right, at least as long as we are not below 106. Anything above that. So 105 puts and $100 puts worthless. Again, this is only, well, when I say only, even if once we lose 118, and then 115 and 110 is possible until 106 area, but nothing more than that lower in the form of puts for this week, in my opinion. So that wraps up your puts. Even though we don't have high interest on the put side, but that doesn't mean price action can't go there. It's just that where the options traders are betting their money, that's all what this chart shows, the interest, right? So let's get rid of the ones at the bottom here, 105 and 100, because I don't think that's going to happen. Now, interestingly enough, let's talk about the calls. So 125 or 126, right? Now there's a bit of a problem, guys. As you can see, structure has broken. We are red, and we have broken the structure on Nvidia. So there's some extra momentum Nvidia has to push through first to really change the structure to the upside, and that first level is 122 and 45 cents. If Nvidia can do it, that's the start of the change of the structure. So let's go to the hourly interval, because that's where things will get much more clear. So 122 is the first zone, right? This particular zone, but then we have a 200 hours moving average also coming in, right? So even though above 120 in the technicals that I have said that intraday upside can come, but we just have so much of complications sitting between 122 to 200 hours moving average, in other words until 124, with some other more pivots, hanging pivots down there, that Nvidia will have to really struggle through to even get above 125. So let's say Nvidia gets through all of this resistance. We only have 4 days in this week, right? So 125, let's say Nvidia does something, goes through all this resistance and gets up here, is still stretching the edge quite a lot. I would say calls in the window until 124 are fine, or even 123, because 200 hours moving average might start curving down as well. Anything above that it's all about, can Nvidia close strong between 122 and 124. Right now, anything above 125 in the calls, I would say the probability is less than 50%. If Tuesday Nvidia can close somewhere here above 122 with a strong green candle, Tuesday, right, then 125 can come into play. And then if we get 125, I would say anything only until 130, not above that this particular week, in my opinion, that you would play. So although even 125 is quite a stretch, it will only happen if Tuesday we close above 122. Then there is a possibility of 125. And if we can get above 125 by Wednesday, then maybe 130 is a possibility, but that I would put it only at 20% probability happening. So even though a lot of calls are piling up, a lot of bullish sentiment is there, but the price action is not fully in that direction. So in my opinion, a lot of calls are going to go worthless. And the safest range, based off of the break of the levels up or down, I think this is the safest range, but there's a chance that Nvidia just made a little bit, there's another inside range as well. This is inside range. There's a possibility Nvidia may go choppy as well, but the probability of upside is rigged with a lot of resistance, and Nvidia really needs to show some really good strength by end of Tuesday, because Tuesday is when market will be open. If Nvidia can close above 120, then these other calls only until below 130 would make sense. Otherwise, no. Anytime if we lose 118, then you are looking everything until $106. All right, so that's that. So yes, even though a lot of calls are sitting there, but at least where the price action is right now, we do have to go through a lot of resistance for these calls. And as if price action can't maintain its strength as the days goes along, yeah, the price action, because it's not bullish right now overall as well, and intraday as well, unless it confirms those levels, there's just more things setting up in the negative direction rather than the upside. But as we'll trade with the levels, even if even if Nvidia goes up, there's still a lot of resistance for the upside right now in Nvidia, because Nvidia has to change the structure to the upside, right? So just keep in mind, just because a lot of options traders are betting the money there, doesn't mean price action is supporting that. If it has to support that, we have to see those break off levels in those days, as I mentioned. All right. So that's it for this video, guys. And if you found it helpful, valuable, please hit the like, subscribe. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos. Take care. Bye.